Hey, welcome to another Rate My Portfolio. Now before we get started with this video, I want to say a big thank you to you and all my subscribers who have recently pressed the red button to subscribe to this page. Thank you very much indeed. I hope this video is useful to you, you find it inspiring, or there's something in there you can take away and implement on your own brief. That's the idea of this. And maybe you have the courage to send me your portfolio too, and you can do that by going to the description below, finding my email, sending me an email with a link or an attachment of your portfolio, and I'll get to it. I also want to thank Steph, who is one of my subscribers, and she has sent me her portfolio link for me to review today. So I'm going to have a look at it right now. I've got the URL, copied and paste. I'm going to whack it into Google and I'm going to press enter, and then I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited. So without further ado, let's see what we've got. Wow. Steph, straight away, I like the logo. Oh, and this is clever. This is very clever. I love every cloud has an SL. That's smart. That's really, really good. And you've got a big hero image. It's bold, it's confident, it's clean. For me, this is telling me you're a creative straight away. It's telling me that you have confidence in what you do as well. And these are just my perceptions. I don't yet know. I haven't read anything yet. We've got the menu, so it's not a one-page portfolio, fine. But this one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 4 links going to other areas within the portfolio. And then we have Steph Lumby. That's you, Steph. A bio or an introduction here about yourself. So I'm going to have a quick scan of this. Okay, so you are a creative. You're an advertising graduate from Northumbria University, and you're very creative. Great. And then below the fold, we've got 2 images here. Portfolio, illustration. Oh, no, they're buttons. So we'll come to that in a minute. So we've got the portfolio section, and then we've got an illustration section. And below, just before the footer, we've got a contact section here. Right, let's just address a few points. First of all, I was really impressed with the cleanness of this portfolio. It looks smart, it looks confident, bold, as I said before. As I scroll down, we then have your name and a bio here. Now, what I would suggest, and I'm being picky here, maybe you could reduce the size of this and bring your name up in the bio here, and give me an idea of what it is that you actually are in relation to your expertise. So at the moment, when I landed on your page, I made the assumption that you were a creative. So that worked. But I need to know, as a hirer or a hiring manager, a recruiter, I want to be able to make that distinction very quickly. So maybe you could literally spell this out, maybe make this bigger, put it under your name. The project section of a portfolio is the most important part for me. Absolutely. I need to be able to see what it is that you can do really quickly. As a hiring manager, recruiter, I don't have a lot of time. You could put your projects at the top. This is all subjective and it's just my opinion, and it's not really a deal breaker. It's not taking away the visual impact of your portfolio, but I would certainly suggest that you make it clear about who it is that you actually are, an advertising expert. Now I've scrolled back down here, and as I said to you before, I thought these were just images. Well, they are images, but they're hyperlinked, so they take me somewhere else on the site. I would be more explicit with these and either add some kind of hovering animation to these so that the opacity dims or they move in some way when you hover over them to make it look like I can click them. So there are a few points that I would give on this here. When it comes to portfolios and contact information, I would always opt for a contact field or box. So don't display your email or mobile number if possible, because it's dead easy for somebody who scrapes stuff to then take your information and spam you with loads of spammy texts or spammy phone calls. So they're my observations on the home page. The little tweaks, but really very, very good. So we've got a home button here, which is handy, just makes navigation so much easier. Then the portfolio section, wow, okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects listed in this portfolio. Fantastic, that's really good. Normally we'll get 2 or 3, 7 is brilliant. And we're not including the illustrations either, which we'll look at. Now I'm not gonna go through every single project, but what I will do is I'll pick a few. Let's just go with the first one, Temperance Whiskey. Let's see what we've got. Why am I going for the first one? Well, a recruiter or a hiring manager will probably click the first one. So if you can, think about putting your best project as the first link. So click on Temperance Whiskey. Wow. Okay. Yes. This is what I am after. Steph has put details about the brief, details about her ideation, and details about how Steph executed this brief. This is really, really good. This is exactly what you should be doing with your portfolio. Giving context, giving me understanding about what it is that you've gone through to do and to get to the end product. So I can see your processes, so I can see your methods, and I can understand your way of working before we even talk. So I've read this information and it makes perfect sense to me. And I'm now looking at the creative that Steph has made, and I can see the logos. This is a really, really interesting product. I like the logo design, again, because I know the reason behind now, because I've read your context, I've read the information. I now know the reasoning behind your design process on this logo. And then we have a mood board as well. Really, really impressive. Very good stuff. Let's choose John Lewis. Brilliant. And it's just really well laid out. It's not reams and reams of copy. It's just short, succinct, to the point. Now, I'm assuming with this was a university project. If you are a student and you want to build a portfolio and you're struggling for ideas, well, you can create your own experiences, but you can also look back at what you've done at university and put that in your portfolio as well. Document what you've done. A portfolio is also an evolution of work that you've created throughout your journey. So there's no reason why you can't put that in your portfolio, not at all. Just make sure that you detail this in your portfolio so that people can see when it was created. Now, I'm intrigued, so I'm going to check another one out. Blood orange iced tea. Well, I like blood orange. I'm not a big iced tea fan, but let's have a look. Now, this is a really interesting one, and the graphics on this is fantastic, and I like the way that you've got the original scamp here, and then you've gone and given me some context on the image so I can have a look at it. Brilliant, and they're really, really talented. Really good stuff here. So having looked at the portfolio, I'm very, very impressed. This portfolio is solid, and it's backed up with really good work. Obviously a very talented creative Steph. And I'm going to look at illustration now. So you keep a sketchbook and you draw every day, and again, it tells me so much about your character. It tells me so much about you as someone that I would want to employ, someone that's proactive, someone that's always got ideas. And I can see that you're going to add to this, and it's going to become a real good body of work. It's a working document, and it's one you should be proud of. So here you are, Steph. I'm going to read this. What I like about this is it's simple. There's reason behind your about section, and finally the CV. And we have what I think is a lightbox situation where I can look at the CV and I can go through it. If I was being super picky, it would be that potentially you could add a download button or a download function for your CV. So how would I rate this CV, and what are my initial thoughts? Well, simply put, I think it's a brilliant portfolio. I think it really is excellent. Steph, I think you've gone above and beyond in terms of the way that you've spent oodles amount of time getting things right. I can see that you've taken a lot of care and attention into this, and you've thought quite cleverly about how you want it laid out. I really do think that it's a really good example, an inspiration for other graduates that are looking to create their own portfolio. They should look at this, because when you look at the portfolio section, you break it down meticulously and you give great direction and guidance for the reader, and it's all top level stuff as well. You're not giving me loads of information I don't need, and I can see the processes that you take me through and that you're going through and that it takes me through. Without question, I would absolutely call you, and by the way, I will. When I finish recording this, I will genuinely give you an email and we will arrange a call in the next day or two, because I have some clients who potentially might want to speak to you. But I also think you're very talented at what you do as well. I've looked at your Instagram page. There's some great stuff on this too. It's colourful, there's personality. So Steph, really impressed. Really looking forward to see you make some tweaks on this. Looking forward to speak to you. And if you have been watching this and you've been inspired by Steph's brilliant work, then please send in your portfolio or get creating one and send one to me, and then I can explore it. And potentially there might be an offer on the table for you somewhere as well. All right, thanks so much. New video coming soon. Thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.